Good morning, book fighters. Today is Monday, November 13th, and Jesus, Jane Eyre was long. Okay, so I'm sure you will all be delighted to hear that I didn't finish my book this week. I had no idea kind of how long this book was. I mean, it wasn't quite Game of Thrones level, but to be fair, I did read Game of Thrones in the summer. So I got about halfway through this, and I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it, and I don't feel like I'm reading it particularly slowly either. It is really long, but I'm not going to talk about it next week. So I'm going to try and give you, some of my thoughts about it, just like now, and just kind of, because I'm sure I will enjoy the rest of it. I mean, I think I much prefer Charlotte Bronte's prose to Jane Austen's prose, like tenfold. Like, I just feel like her writing's a lot more interesting to me. It's a lot more fluent. Like, the character of Jane comes off a lot more thoughtful and just like three-dimensional. And I just think like some of the questions that like this book really several occasions made me stop and think, wow, okay, what does that mean for me? Like, how can I apply this to myself? Like, some really profound questions that it puts forward, and I just appreciated it greatly for. So as I say, I'm about halfway through, and I absolutely love it. And Lauren, I can't understand why you didn't like it. And it probably does have a lot to do with the school thing and reading it at school, but no, but I am really loving this so far at the moment. Yeah. Okay, so I started a blog. It's about time you all have blogs on Tumblr, and I thought I would join in. And what I'm going to use it for mainly is to post fuller reviews of the books that I read. Like every Monday, it's like a kind of accompaniment to this video, because I felt like the time that we have in these videos, I don't feel like it's long enough to really get a good review across. So that's what I'm going to start doing every Monday. I'm going to start posting a blog with a review of the book that I've read that week, with the exception of this week, when I'm going to post a blog post. When I'm going to do a blog post. When I'm going to make a post about one of the particular aspects of Jane Eyre that I've read so far, that being the selfishness of the character of Jane. You can find that blog post at dkmrgn.com, or you can click on my face and you can go and watch that, or there'll be a link in the bookshelf. So that's that. I started a blog. So questions, I completely ignored your question last week, Sarah, or the week before, because I don't write to music. It distracts me. I can't write to music. I can't read to music. I end up like tapping or like singing along, and I just get distracted. So I can't read to music. And Katie, I shall read you some of my Nano now. So this is actually in the prologue to my Nano, and it was one of the first things I wrote for it, and I actually posted it on the NaNoWriMo site in the novel info section. So this is a short extract. The dull and electric drone provided merely a vague sign that something was unusual, something was uncannily different, and sporadically opposed to what had come before. The sound resonated deep within Myra's consciousness, sending a tingling sensation through her frail body, a sensation to which she could not immediately attribute the cause. Of course, the steady vibration of the earth was not the only sign. The weather had shifted into a permanent flux, dancing its way through temperature and ferocity, inflicting itself upon her. Myra stood, simply watching as everything she knew changed around her, imploding beneath itself, tearing itself from the fabric of her reality. Not just the world from her immediate perspective, but from every perspective and every point of view that she had ever known. The house where she was born swept away in the breeze. The park bench where she shared her first kiss, slowly erased like chalk. The people that she had known, the friends that she had made, all of them, like the life force of the planet, were slowly ebbing away. The building blocks of her life falling into oblivion. Now that doesn't really tell you anything at all about what my Nano is about. That's just a bit from the prologue. Basically, it's about a boy on a planet who has become really technologically advanced. He joins this space program and ends up going into space and discovering that his planet has waged war 10 years earlier on Earth. And it's about him kind of finding that everything he believed in about the planet and the people who, were his elders and who he looked up to are actually involved in trying to take Earth off the people who are not yet ready to let it go. And so it's a massive war between two worlds, and he finds himself changing sides, where he meets Myra, who's the girl described in the prologue. Okay, so I hope that gives you a kind of, just a quick word on the punishments. The punishments that you select for me this week, that needs to be something I can do in a video. I can't do the kind of Harry Potter read for 12 hours straight thing, but simply because I've just got too much work to do. So it needs to be something that I can do in a video, like Lauren's was, like Sarah's was. So just, keep that in mind. But be as horrible as you want. So yeah, Lauren, I'll see you tomorrow.